Production.
What is poppin'? Let's look at Iris Energy here. So, as you can see, this stock loves printing its wedges. It'll get a nice big move to the upside, take some time to consolidate. Big move to the upside, take some time to consolidate. Big move up, take some time to consolidate. Where could we go to during this consolidation that we're in right now? And it's pretty easy to do this. You just look to the left of the chart, try to find previous resistance or previous support that happens to be, you know, a price that gets a bunch of touches. Okay, so I want to highlight this area here, and I'm going to point out all the touches in this area. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? A bunch of them. There's a whole bunch of them. We get a little bit of action around here. It wouldn't surprise me if price wanted to consolidate a little bit further before we get into this range. Okay, so it's clear that previous price matters, because when we come back to that, it'll make sense if we reject it, if we act as support at that level. It's just important, small little things to pay attention to. Now, we had this wedge, breakout, wedge, breakout, wedge. Is it going to break out? It could take some time going sideways, developing a base before we get that breakout. Either way, what we're looking for is what level are we going to potentially stall at, right? So that's why I kind of wanted to mark this zone out here, okay? This might be the area that we're actually struggling with, okay? And the reason I say that is because we could barely, just barely last above this zone. And it looks like there's a lot of rejection in this range as well, right? So we barely last above, play around, get rejected. That might be the zone that, you know, it's going to just take some time to beat that level, to eat up all the shares at this price. It's just potentially just going to take some time, right? So supply demand, right? That's what we're playing with here in these markets. Iris Energy being a miner, I don't think it really matters as much that it's, you know, following BTC or not. It has its own supply demand metrics. We have a bunch of this volume coming in here, high volume. Something's coiling up here. So I think a matter of time, right? The stock's continuing to print higher highs and higher lows. So as long as we continue this pattern of creating higher lows into a major resistance, this level right here at around $6, $7, right? Eventually, we're going to have to break out to the upside, and then there's really not much stopping it, right? We're going to come back into previous areas. We can look at a weekly time frame. Again, weekly time frame. Look at this potential setup that we got here, right? I think something like this is important to pay attention to. I think it's not, don't sleep on it, because then when it explodes, you're going to be like, holy shit, what did I just miss? But let's take a look at the potential volume profile here. Yeah. So right above this zone, we got a little bit of resistance around $8 as well, right? You could tell by these tweezer tops here. We can mark that out, right? That range right there, that's going to be potentially some resistance, but above that is really nothing. I think right now what we're dealing with here, and then again, I'm going to delete all this and just make it plain and simple, right? This zone and this zone are what we're struggling with. And we have an ascending trend line that is holding as support, okay? I think we let this bad boy cook up in this zone, and as you can see, as it's getting tighter and tighter in this range, volume continues to increase. Once we break out of these levels here, it's see you later, it's going to be hard stopping this thing, especially in the midst of a Bitcoin bull run. I think Iris Energy is a sleeper, and I think it's one of the names you guys should be paying attention to, especially as things get real intense around this halving. So, peace, guys.